everybody. I'm Hillary Atkin from the Atkin Report. I am so excited to welcome Verge Aero's Nils Thorjussen from America's Got Talent Extreme to this edition of Hillary's Happy Hour. Nils, how are you doing today?
I'm awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Well, you and your teammates, Tony, Chris, and Anthony, call yourselves drone nerds, and you prove that in the best of ways with your 160 drone light show that spanned 350 feet tall to the music of Coldplay's Sky Full of Stars. So tell us what it took to get your show to that point.
Well, it took years of long hours and hard work. I mean, my engineers have struggled for years to actually create the system. And when we started this project, we set out to do it right from the beginning, right? And it just, until you get to the very end, you have nothing. And so it was like 3 years of really long development hours and a lot of work to actually create the system that allows us to create these shows that you saw on the program.
Well, it was amazing, but the toughest judge of them all, Simon Cowell, said you were spectacular, and then he gave you his golden buzzer. Let's take a look at the performance.
That is amazing.
Whoa! Yeah. Nils, I loved how the light show went from a series of stars to a map of the United States to the AGT logo. How did you and the rest of Verge Aero feel when you got such an incredible response to the performance, including the golden buzzer?
I mean, it's been overwhelming. I mean, how crazy is that to get a golden buzzer from Simon Cowell? I mean, never in my wildest dreams or in a million years would I have thought that I'd be on stage receiving a golden buzzer from Simon Cowell. It is all so surreal and unlikely, but awesome at the same time. And, you know, we worked really hard on that show and we wanted to make it special for the judges and we optimized the content to give them a really interesting visual experience, you know? And so it's really rewarding to receive that kind of recognition.
Well, Nils, you had said you wanted to be a worldwide phenomenon, but first you are going to the finale. So give us a hint of how Verge Aero is going to take it to the next level for that performance.
Well, we have all kinds of ideas. If we're allowed to perform and we go to the final two, then we have some really crazy ideas that will involve certain members of the cast and do some really innovative things with drones.
I'm looking forward to that, but it seems like you are in a category of your own when it comes to the competition on the show.
Well, in many ways, right? I think our act was very different, and certainly our approach was very different. I mean, like one of my engineers is there in his ripped jeans and a t-shirt, and he's like, I'm not dressing up for this. I want to be authentic, right? This is who I am. And so the contrast, you know, between us and people in like spandex and sequins and everything else, you know, was rather dramatic. And I'll never forget walking out on stage and seeing Simon's reaction in the beginning. I think he's like, who are these people, you know? So it was actually, it was pretty funny. But obviously what we did is, it's a very different type of talent. And I think that's what's actually really awesome about the program is there's no definition as to what the talent has to be. Our talent is a form of engineering. These guys have an extreme talent of their own, which is different than what other people have been doing on the show. And so ultimately it's up for the super fans to decide what form of talent they think is most exciting.
Well, you've already been invited to Travis's 4th of July party, but ideally, where would you like to take this kind of light show?
Well, drones are a new technology with so much potential, and we just wanted to show the world some of the ideas of what people can do with them, right? And there's going to be lots more ideas, lots of different types of applications and cool effects that can be done. So, we're super pumped because we feel like we've only just begun, and we're just excited that people can start to see these shows firsthand and that they can supplement fireworks displays they might see otherwise. We just see the potential for drone shows to be everywhere, and we've only just begun.
Okay, that is correct. Thank you for explaining that, but it seems like you've more than just begun. But I do want to ask about what Simon called the little puppy that got away. Can you explain the one drone that went off course a little bit, but how cute that was?
Well, he thought it was cute. We were horrified because our aim is perfection. We want every show to be perfection. And at the end, in the landing sequence, basically one drone got lost. The short answer is it's basically a software bug. We have different pieces of software that we use, and one piece of software didn't correctly talk to the other piece of software, and as a result, the drone got a little bit lost, but we were able to recover it pretty quickly, so it wasn't anything dangerous or anything like that. These kind of things happen on occasion. They used to happen more, in the early days of our development process, and now they generally happen less, and we have a system that's really solid, but we were afterwards able to find that bug and make sure it doesn't happen again.
Well, I think that added to the charm of the performance. I think everyone can relate to technical glitches. So but
yeah, for sure. And, I think it just shows that, this is real. This is not like manufactured. This technology, it's not at the same level as a passenger aircraft, right? It's still much newer. It's not doesn't have as much redundancy and as many safety things as you might have on a passenger aircraft. But at the end of the day, we still have this, in many ways, the same amount of complexity. We have hundreds of drones that all need to be synchronized and all happy at the same time with all of their sensors saying yes. And it's hard to pull off.
Well, speaking of synchronicity, I would like to raise a glass to you, Nils, and to the continued success of Verge Aero on America's Got Talent Extreme.
Thank you so much.
Cheers to you.
Cheers.